Today on Attack of the Show, with Google buying YouTube, has a massive corporation just ruined a good thing? To shave or not to shave? That is the question, and the answer is in your pants.
Take it all off.
And be it smoking guns or smoking lungs, it's a smoking DV Doomsday.
You want me to smile?
All this and more on a live and touchy Attack of the Show.
Say hello to my little friend.
Starting right now.
Say good night to the bad guy.
What's going on here? Pick up on this.
Attack.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Applause happens. Applause happens.
Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. It is Tuesday, October 10th. I'm Olivia Munn.
And then they all slink away back to the cubes. I'm Kevin Pereira. We're coming to you live from the G4 studios here in Los Angeles.
Hey, if you guys slept in today, you missed out on pre-ordering a PS3.
No!
Yeah. Yep, some eager beavers were there first thing in the morning, and here's what it looked like.
It's funny that you picked the one animal that they've probably never seen in their adult lives, or will ever see for that matter. But yeah, eager they were. They lined up. Here's the deal, like, you know, EB Games and GameStops and even Best Buys for that matter, they're getting very limited shipments of the PlayStation 3 all across the world. Some people were waiting in line for, 11 to 12 hours just to get a ticket that says that they might get a console if they actually get 12 units in at this particular store.
Yeah, one of our producers went there. And,
yeah, those were his photos that we just saw.
Those are his photos. Now, it's weird because, like you were saying, like, you wouldn't stand in line for it.
Not really.
And,
I mean, most of these people are just interested in the eBay aspect of it. They don't even want the console.
Yeah, you were saying, like, they buy it and then they go and sell it for $500, $600 more. And I guess it's worth it sleeping a sleeping bag for one night and you make $600.
On one hand, I also feel bad for that young kid gamer that doesn't know that people are waiting in line to get pre-orders because he's not, tech savvy or doesn't watch Tag of the Show. It's his own damn fault. But no, like the poor kid doesn't know. He misses out on a pre-order. PlayStation comes out. He knows it's hitting November 12th or 19th or whatever. He goes to the store. None in stock. Like, that's not fair. Now he's got to try to get his parents to pony up $600, $800 more.
That's a good
to get it off eBay.
But
that's
I guess
not cool.
if they loved enough, they'd be like researching it, ahead of time, like the people who love money.
Yeah, but see, my parents never loved me, and I know they wouldn't spend the extra coinage.
Hey, Kev, do you guys want to talk to the audience about something that happens a lot?
Sure.
In your neighborhood. Sometimes dogs come by.
You just think I'm going to snap out of it? You think that it's cool now? I'm not going to forget about my childhood? That's cool. Yeah. No, let's keep going with the show, Olivia. This is great. It's really good. Good for energy. Really glad.
I'm sorry. On behalf of your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Pereira, I apologize, Kevin.
Okay. I actually want a Wii for Christmas, so if they could get that, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, I'll get that for you. I promise.
Thanks.
I swear.
Thanks, Mun.
I will get it for you. See, Mun kind of sounds like mom. Right?
That's gross. That's so wrong.
Okay. If your dog whizzed on your paper this morning or on you, don't worry, we've got you covered. Forget the boring news.
Yes, we are going around the net.
First up, we've got something a little more disturbing than the TMX. We've got Japanese animatronic cats.
Oh, nice.
I know. Like, okay, if you're allergic to real cats or find Nintendogs boring, here is another option. The fake cat comes with all. Yeah, look at it. It comes with all the standard feline functions like purring, meowing, and a complete indifference to your existence.
It's harder than the real doll, though. I'll give you that. And it's probably legal.
Well, there really is no mention of whether or not the RoboCat will fill the void created by the lack of a boyfriend. Fingers crossed.
I'll get you 6. You could be the creepy cybernetic cat lady.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Like, those crazy cat ladies who have like a million cats. Maybe these won't smell. So maybe they won't smell like that crazy cat lady anymore. They could have like 80 of them.
True. And just like I don't trust women with cats, let alone cyber. Like I don't even
trust women with
I don't even trust a woman who has a Roomba. She doesn't have to name it or pet it. Like like chicks shouldn't be into robots.
Wait,
it's just not cool.
Why shouldn't they have a cat? You don't trust women with cats?
Well, again, too many cats, and I have a feeling if there are no downsides, if you don't have to really care or be like a good guardian to this cat, she's gonna have 40 of them. Her house is gonna smell like lithium batteries and motor oil.
Well, how about how awesome it is that if you pick up the cat by the mane, it goes limp.
It goes lifeless.
Like a real cat.
Which is how I drag my girlfriends around when they're acting up in the restaurant. I'm like, let's go, grab her by the tuft. It's more humane. It's more humane. Don't do it again. Sweetheart, don't do that again.
My bad.
Now, I'm sure that you've all heard the urban legends about dogs and peanut butter, right? I know you...
I'm not going to do that, Kevin, if that's what you want me to do something
I
with
thought that's how you got the
butter?
cover of Foam magazine. Well, the urban legend goes something like this. Dogs like peanut butter. You know, it's just what happens. Even when it's on the face of a drunken frat boy. How about that, Bun? Check out this ham bone here. Passed out at his buddy's place, right? This is what happens when you commit a party foul.
Butter.
You pass out early, yeah. Lassie's digging in.
Kevin, he's not even waking up.
No, that's not good. So a little skippy to the lips, and boom, Rin Tin's a happy pup.
They put a lot of peanut butter on too, and the dog is licking all that, and he's not even getting up at all.
The dude wasn't waking up at all. No, and I can only imagine his lucid dream shifting when he feels the warm tongue on the mouth. You know,
well,
I'm sure it's back to Attack of the Show reruns and Olivia's Rack segment.
That would be nice. Thanks for thinking of me. Now, I think that it's kind of interesting to point out that they had like a spotlight on him, and it was very well made.
Roll it again very quickly. Like this is good production value. I mean, this shows how these little viral videos are getting better.
I know.
They're like, oh, quick, we don't want to shoot this in night vision. Let's grab a flashlight and don't shine it in Doug's eyes. He might wake up. We want maximum lickage here.
And all you really need is a spotlight on the peanut butter and the tongue.
That's it. He's bounce sliding. It's an advanced technique. Soon we're going to see green screen After Effects and key lights. It's going to be a whole setup.
That's why viral video is so awesome. Because people know how to make it good now.
Here's a message for you kids, though. Man up, hold your liquor. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting humiliated on College Humor, probably.
All right, everyone. It is time to put this down. We've got to move on.
Yes, go to g4tv.com/AOTS for the links to everything you just saw. Right now, though, it's actually... Well, it's
time to eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's actually time for the only news you need to know. It's Layla Kaylee and the feed headlines.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, we'll have more on Google's acquisition of YouTube and how it might affect you. Also, the PS3 was available to pre-order today, but did you get up early enough to get it? And what songs will you be rocking out to this November? We've got the scoop on Guitar Hero 2's track list. It's all coming your way in the feed. But first, back to Kevin and Olivia.
Thanks, Layla. Right now, it's I can't believe he's here, folks.
Hey!
Let's check in with Zach Selwyn.
I made it!
Zach Selwyn, we have not seen you since... Okay, that sounds disgusting. We haven't seen you since Tokyo. It seems like you brought back something. What happened to you?
Well, it's nice to be back, first of all, but I sort of caught a little case of SARS.
Oh.
That's deadly, though.
Did you go to the doctor? Is that like a self-diagnosis, or did you get a home testing kit?
Self-diagnosis. The thing is, I didn't know if I was contagious, but the last 3 girls I made out with got avian bird flu.
Oh.
So now I'm here at the studio just kind of spreading it around, trying to make everyone else come down to my miserable level.
I got some.
Okay, do you have...
I have some airborne.
Can you take something or...
Wow.
What?
That's
I'm sorry.
I heard that coming out of the green room of
can I catch that?
Comics Last Stand, actually.
Yes, absolutely.
What have you been up to, though, buddy, aside from coughing up blood? And
besides rehab, you mean?
That as well, yes.
Well, you know, I've been wandering around L.A. like a urine-soaked homeless guy, talking with your average man on the street. As you can see, I went out to Westwood, and we're going to hear what the people out there think about YouTube and the PS3. It's going to be just like Leno's jaywalking, only not stolen from Howard Stern, and actually somewhat funny. Plus, it's going to star a very handsome, sexy, comical young man.
Rip it open, Selwyn. Let's see it.
Rip it open. Let's
Treat
see
the
what's going
ladies.
on.
Treat the ladies.
Wow. That wasn't a very strong rip, though, guys.
It wasn't at all. He struggled on the third button.
You know what? He's sick. I'll give you...
Yeah, no, that's...
I'll give you a pass on that one.
Those are flu muscles.
Well, we are excited. Thanks for being back with us, Zachary.
We'll see you later, sir.
All right, the big story right now is Google snatching up YouTube for $1.65 billion in stocks. But is what's good for Google good for the internet?
Yeah, the best thing about YouTube is being able to catch the TV show you missed, that funny office clip, or like a stupid human trick. But is all that copyrighted material in the hands of new owners just an invitation for lawsuits? Think about that, man.
Wow.
Yeah, put that in the old noggin.
That is a thinker. Well,
rattle it around.
You know, it doesn't matter what I think. I barely think ever. We want to know what you guys at home think. Is Google the end of YouTube? Vote at our website, g4tv.com/AOTS, or text your vote to G4TXT. That's
44898.
To vote and register for AOTS Live News Alerts.
Good thing I was there. Coming up later, we've got the trailer for L.A. Noire. It's a mystery game that explores a series of gruesome murders through the eyes of a 1940s Los Angeles detective. Now, sure, listen, you might not be able to shoot down helicopters and take on SWAT teams, but Rockstar Games always delivers the goods. Well, sometimes.
Okay, you guys, last week, X-Men 3: The Last Stand came to DVD loaded with extras and alternative endings, but where was this extra? Earlier this year, we here at Attack of the Show, we showed you Brett Ratner during the production of the film. He allowed G4 and our show behind the scenes to capture his creative genius at work.
Oh, great cut. Awesome cut. Just keep cutting. It's like you're reading my mind. Keep doing it. Oh, hey there. I'm Brett Ratner, director of X3: The Last Stand. I came up with this ingenious idea to do what I like to call video diaries for the movie. I mean, Ratner's not just gonna show you the movie, Ratner's gonna take you inside the movie.
A lot of fans were concerned when you came on board.
Yeah, look, no offense to Bryan Singer, but when Brett Ratner was gonna direct X-Men 3, Brett Ratner knew that he'd have to do it the Brett Ratner way.
Which is what?
I mean, what are the X-Men? They're crime fighters. I directed Rush Hour, I directed Rush Hour 2. I mean, Brett Ratner knows a crime thriller.
Remember, when we get inside, you let me do the talking.
Talking? Man, you got knives coming out of your damn hands, you gonna talk?
You're out of your league.
Out of my league? I got a mutant power too, and my power's kicking your ass.
Hey, you want to keep it down?
Why? Who's gonna come out? That white dude in the K? I ain't scared of some old English dude in the K, all right? I'm LAPD. If any old English dude come up out of there, and I'm gonna knock them the out.
Cut. Perfect. As usual, you were great. These claws are getting in the way of the gun. Why does Wolverine even have claws? Does he need them? Great. Lose the claws, back to first position. You know, people kept asking me if I was intimidated by directing X-Men 3, and I just laugh. I mean, you know, some directors are all, oh, I'm gonna spend millions of dollars on high-tech digital effects. Why, dude? Brett Ratner knows how to keep it real. Okay, ladies, this is the big final battle. Iceman, you freeze the street punk with your powers, and that's the cue for the battle to begin. Got it? And action! Cue Beast!
I say, Iceman, this is rather a dubious contretemps. I'm in a quandary.
Glorious. Cue Angel! Cut, that's a keeper. Did I say how much this movie's gonna kick ass?
Yes.
Wow, Brett Ratner, if you're watching right now, call my manager. Let's do lunch, smarty pants. In the meantime, stay with us. We are just getting started here.
I love it.
Will the new Google Tube dominate online video, or will lawsuits shut it down?
Water in the car.
And you've made the eye contact. Is it a no or a go? It's all in your pants.
Attack of the show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack the Show. We are live and talking about the biggest merger since Pitt and Jolie. Now, before the break, we asked you, is Google the end of YouTube? Well, according to our text message counting flunkies, 53% of you responded and said that this is not the end of YouTube. Well, Kevin's got more on the GoodTube situation, and he is ready to get the debate started.
All right, 53, not bad. Closer than I thought it would be, though. You know, to some, Google's acquisition of YouTube, it just seems like another day of boring financial news, but $1.65 billion is no figure to laugh at. This is big business, folks. Is the website really worth it, though? That's the question. The place is full of some incredibly random user-generated content, not to mention a lot of copyrighted work. So will the new bosses ruin our beloved YouTube? Broadcast yourself, kids. Ladies, it's The Loop. Joining us tonight from San Francisco, contributor to CNET, Molly Wood is back for more punishment, and from New York, blogger for Google Watch, Steve Bryant joins us. Welcome to The Loop, everybody. Molly, I want to start with you here. As the casual viewer here, our folks at home are watching, they're on YouTube, they're making videos, they're part of the community, they're entrenched. How does this acquisition by Google affect them? How is this going to harm me when I wake up in 3 to 4 months down the road?
Well, I'm sure you're panicking a little bit because everybody knows that Google wasn't so kind when they bought Blogger. I mean, they said they would leave them alone, and
I've already screen printed 14 protest shirts. I'm very angry here, and they're open source, by the way, if you want to get them. That's the kind of man I am.
But they say, they say they're going to leave it alone, and I actually think YouTube is going to be left alone. That doesn't mean it's not going to change, though, because YouTube, unfortunately, is finding out that they're going to have to go legit. So some of the content's going to change. It might turn out to be a good thing, though, because you might be getting a full TV show, for example, from the network, instead of like 10 minutes of that show.
True, but over $1 billion to buy a brand and then leave it alone. I mean, Steve, you wrote on your blog that you thought it might have been a hasty decision by Google. Do you think Yahoo forced their hand. I know they were in the running for it. Do you think Google really acquired a company and paid this absorbent amount of money, and they really aren't going to do anything with it?
Yeah, no, they'll do something with it eventually. It'll be months down the road. I mean, as much on the conference call was said, and they really don't have any idea as of yet what the first priority for them as far as changes go. I think that it was either Steve Chen or Chad Hurley who was like, we really don't know what we're going to do first.
We're going to hang out, start a company softball team, and maybe make some movies.
We're going to go a few interviews. Yeah.
Molly, what do you think? I mean, Google here. We're talking about Google. Would they really buy a company without having a grand master plan, especially spending billions of dollars?
I'm not trying to say they're not going to do anything with YouTube. I just think they aren't going to go in and Googleify it and totally change it. But, they're going to be advertising all over that sucker. They definitely bought YouTube because it's a huge advertising platform with about a bajillion eyeballs. They're definitely going to index all those YouTube videos so that their video search is turning up YouTube videos everywhere you look, which is actually going to make their search really great. So I think you'll definitely see some changes, but I think they're not going to, take it apart. They're very into the YouTube community. They said that they want to build it up, and I think that they're going to stick to that.
Well, here's the thing. Part of the YouTube community involves a lot of copyrighted works. Clips of this show's on there. Howard Stern this morning was talking about how he's going to sue YouTube because his video-on-demand content's on there. And a couple weeks ago, Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, the guy's a millionaire himself. He owns several Segways. He said, listen, someone would be crazy, absolutely nuts. They'd be, quote, a moron to purchase Google. And now he updated his blog. He said, listen, I still think Google is a bunch of morons, essentially because they're going to be sued now for all the copyright infringement. I mean, Steve, do you think this is going to happen? Is this the end of Asian guys singing NSYNC songs or a bunch of colored co-eds dancing to Shakira? Because that's why I go to YouTube.
And me too. I actually go for people that have like daisies for prehensile tails and stuff like that. But you know what? Everybody has this thing where YouTube is Napster. It's like we have this collective Vietnam nightmare about the wars we've been in before. I don't think that's going to happen because I think what Google's going to try to do very effectively, at least I hope, is that they will convince content owners and copyright owners that it's better to have, economically for them, to have their stuff visible on YouTube's site and to be in partnership with YouTube than to sue them. That said, people are probably going to sue YouTube, and I think there's been some rumblings about that.
Sure.
Today.
Well, Molly, we've heard that there has been some deals struck. Certain major networks are going to make their content available. But do you think Google's going to be the catch-all for this kind of content on the internet? We know Fox has MySpace. They're going to put their clips there. Do you think they're going to be suing over a Stewie Griffin Family Guy clip popping up on YouTube a couple months down the road?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't think that there's the flood of lawsuits, the line of people waiting to sue like there used to be. But I think they're definitely going to have a little problem with Fox. And it's either going to be that they're never going to be able to get Fox content onto YouTube, which will be a problem since they've signed deals with CBS and Warner Music and Universal. Or I guess it's possible that Fox could line up and try to sue them. I think so far, though, they've been within the law. They've taken down content when they're asked. And I think that a lawsuit probably wouldn't get that far. And frankly, Google can afford to defend themselves.
This is true. If there's one company with the pockets deep enough to fight that fight, it's Google at this point. I mean, Steve, now, in the press conference yesterday, Google was touting their copyright detection systems. Apparently, they're going to automatically scan videos and be able to keep off, watermarked content. Do you really think this is a reality, or is this just kind of fluff to kind of keep those lawyers at bay in the meantime?
Yeah, I think it's kind of fluff. I think that it'll definitely happen. I think that with YouTube's similar copyright protection system, both companies are developing, it seems like, that might become the de facto standard for a video sharing site, which might actually mean bad things for other video sharing sites.
All right, Molly, very quickly, do you think that Google paid far too much for YouTube, or do you think it was a sound investment at this point in time?
I think looking at the way that it's changed online video, and it'll probably change the way we watch television and how many people they can advertise to, I think it's not too much money.
All right, there you go. It's obvious to some, $1.65 billion apparently isn't too much to pay for the place where the cool kids hang out. However, if anyone could figure this out and make it work for everyone, I got to say, personally, I think it's probably Google. So stay tuned, everybody. Thanks to Steve and Molly for keeping us in the loop. But now we're going over to Olivia. She's got the power to see the future, and she's going to tell us what's coming up. Come on.
Still ahead, Zach hits the streets and gets your opinion about YouTube and PS3. And let me see. Yep, and I'm going to tell you what us ladies really think of facial hair on men when I go in your pants for some sex advice. All of this is next on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. We are live and about to make a man out of you, and there's no better woman to do that than Olivia Munn.
Thanks, Kev. Now, all the rumors and gossip you've heard, well, it's all true. I will make a man of you. It is time to reach in with some sex advice. Oh, baby, I am going in your pants. Hey guys, what's up? Sex columnist Anna David is here to help us answer all your sex and relationship questions.
I'm here too, by the way.
Hey,
it's
Kev.
cool. I'm going to hang out if you guys don't
Kev
mind.
gives us the male perspective.
That's right.
Supposedly.
I'll tell you what's up. Supposedly. That's a
Thanks for
story
coming
of my
back,
life.
Anna. All right, our first question is from a guy who's wondering if his face fuzz might be hurting his chances with the ladies.
Do girls like it with the facial hair, or should I shave it off? People have told me at work I should. I don't know what to do. What do you think?
I love scruff on guys.
Me too.
It's like my favorite thing.
Me too. I think it is. I think all women feel differently. No, Kevin, we're not talking about you, by the way.
Oh, I don't know if
Are
noticed
you
it.
ever clean shaven? Because since I can't,
I do it
started working here,
to light
have you always-
matches. No, you know.
Do you know what your face looks like without facial hair on it?
No.
When I started working, you always had something.
I look like an 11-year-old boy if I shave it. Like, it's
Do you?
ridiculous. Yeah, this adds at least 4 years to me.
Yeah, you do look 15.
But
right.
you know, no, like don't some girls like scruff, some girls don't. Like, it's like,
you know
do whatever
what?
you got to do.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
And I guess it does apply to the guy, because sometimes you see a guy that's like, you know, that's so babyish he needs something.
Yeah, and then you have some guys who can't grow. It just
Oh,
grows
the
out and
patches?
grabs, and it's really gross. And they
A lot of Asian boys do it like that.
But we do have somebody who wants to know about growing out
yes,
facial hair.
yes.
And I say that different women feel different ways. But, you know, the scruff, I love it. I love it. But it can, if you're going to make out passionately, it can leave a woman charred and bruised and bloodied.
Really?
Have you?
I've never had that. Like, I don't like.
That's how I want it to
Maybe-
look when I'm done making out or having sex. I want it to look like a crime scene.
Maybe you've never made out passionately.
I wanna-
mean, you know,
I've made out passionately.
But you know when, like, he leaves or whatever, and the next day, and you
Sometimes you get that lip burn, like where your lips kind of feel.
and it can.
That's type A, Olivia, and they have ointment for that or pills.
Well,
It's
I'm sure
fine.
with the scruff that you got going on there, I'm sure. Ask a couple of your girlfriends. Ask them if their their lips burn, because when you kiss around, it does do that. You know,
When
it chafes it.
How would her lips be burning if I'm making
Like
out?
if she's kissing and
Okay,
kisses
but you've
anywhere.
never kissed passionately. Like if you're just making out for hours and hours.
I don't pay for that. That costs
It's
extra.
just,
like,
it's
forget
just the man in the
kissing.
canoe. That's all the attention
That's
down
it.
there. So yeah, it just depends on what you look like, right?
Well, and it's like do what you want. I mean, women most like men who do what they want, who are true to themselves. So you know.
I like it when you do what I tell you to do. And finally, a guy who doesn't know if a glance is a green light.
All right, AOTS. If I'm at like a club and like I see this girl and she's giving me like eye contact like this, like that, does that mean she likes me or what? I think so.
It means you run.
That guy was awesome.
It means you run. No, Anna was saying this, and I loved it. And I overheard you saying this. It's perfect. Like sometimes you do the accidental.
The accidental eye contact. When you look and you see a completely gross person looking at you, I'm sorry, and you're like, ew, oh God, I gotta make sure that gross guy's not looking at me.
But see, now I just read that as, oh, she knows that I caught her looking at me.
That's what I'm
and she
saying.
shied
So
away.
you're
I know
the
what's
gross
up.
guy.
Yeah, totally.
And so you keep glancing back just to make sure you're not getting that creepy look anymore, and you are, and that guy thinks you like him.
And next thing you know, you get that. Hi,
hey,
excuse me.
couldn't help noticing you glancing at me.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's the worst. So you have to wait till the girl
Smiles when she looks at you.
Smiles.
Yeah.
See, I go to Jumbo's Clown Room a lot, and the girls there, because most of them have lazy eyes, they can be looking at the bartender and still catch your eye at the same time. That's really confusing because you have no idea if they really mean to be looking at you.
Do you ever do the hold the stare with a girl? Do you ever do that look thing? Do you have a look when you go out to the bar?
No,
you know, like when you go out there and
I
you're
have
like,
zero
wait.
game. I'm a free drink fountain. Girls notice that. They glance at me. They're like, oh, here's a
Wallet.
sucker that's going to buy me a free drink, and that's that.
Well, okay, I do think a girl glancing at a guy could want a free drink, whatever.
Girls can always point those guys out too. It's
yeah.
awesome that you know.
wear,
that.
it's like you
yeah,
wear
I-
a neon sign. You
Yeah,
know?
I know exactly how it is. It's fine.
But I think that the thing is, if a girl is smiling at you and looking at you, go over there, but do not go up and say, "I couldn't help noticing you looking at me."
And make sure she's smiling at you.
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes you're
not
just
your friend.
laughing. Yeah.
Right. Or
You're
just
like- and
laughing.
you're like, it's
maybe
not
she's
you.
got a really funny friend. Maybe she's got Kevin with her, you know, and she's
Maybe.
just cracking up because he's
All
so
ladies
funny.
have a little Pereira with them. Make sure of it.
So I guess wait for the smile, boys. Thanks so much, Anna. Thanks,
Thank
Kevin,
you.
as always. You guys want to read Anna's extended answers to all the questions you just heard on our website at g4tv.com/AOTS, and you can find out more about Anna David at annadavid.com. Now, you guys, you'd really be as crazy as a cat to tune away now. See, you like that, Kevin? Yeah, crazy as a cat. We're just warming up. There's lots more Attack of the Show on the way right after this.
The news just keeps coming. The feed'll plug you in. And on DV Tuesday, what's better than a pissed off Pacino?
I work hard for this.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Hey, this is Jez from Bloomington, Indiana, and I heard about the Google buying out YouTube thing. Is anyone really that surprised by it?
I was trying to hear what emo karaoke MIDI file was playing in the background there. I couldn't quite get it. It wasn't loud enough in my ear, but
to answer her question, I wasn't surprised at all because it seems like everything is for sale now. I mean, you create something, somebody can come buy it. Some just bigger and better, maybe not better, but just bigger with more money. They buy it.
The fact that someone wanted to buy a site like YouTube that gets bazillions of visitors and is really like, it's the household name when it comes to online video, that doesn't surprise me. But the abruptness and the price tag both kind of got me. I didn't really think that now was the time for Google to go acquiring. I thought they should work on their deals and let things shake out, but there's a reason I'm not a bazillionaire.
Then I think about it, the people who create like YouTube or all these things that do so well and these big people want to come in, why do they sell it? What is the purpose? Why not just become bigger and bigger and bigger and become like a Google?
Because we remember what happened in like '99 when that .com bust happened the first time.
Yeah, but like the people who started Google, they still have Google.
Well, yeah, true, and that's the Google story. The .coms are coming back around again, but I mean, it's only a matter of time before these services either, turn into IPTV in the future of entertainment or go the way of the dodo. I mean, who knows?
You sell because you're just in case.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think this was a smart move. This wasn't like a pump and dump kind of stock situation. No. This was clearly they needed to grow, they needed deeper pockets, they needed better technology, they needed the bandwidth. It was a good fit. This wasn't, one of those scenarios of someone just selling out, I think.
Well, I didn't think they were selling out. I was just wondering why, you have a good product and then someone comes and buys it and you go, okay.
Yeah, especially they're still in control, which is good, which is still good for them. Folks, this is Attack of the Show. We are live and we're giving you what you want, kind of like a midnight time massage.
You do those?
I've given one.
Okay, you guys, coming up later, Rockstar Games, who has given you wholesome entertainment like Grand Theft Auto and Manhunt, is back with L.A. Noire. It's an old-fashioned detective thriller, and we'll show you a sneak peek of the game.
Yes, but right now, it's time for the only news that you actually need to know. It's a little something we call wires going into the brain.
The feed.
The feed, that too.
Thanks, guys. I'm Layla Kaylee, and it's time to start the feed. Everyone's still talking about the Google-YouTube merger, and now we're hearing from the world's newest billionaires. YouTube founders Chad Hurley and Steve Chen stated that they had buyers chasing them from the beginning, but Google's promise to let the two run the site independently sealed the deal. They posted a video on their website thanking all its users for their support and promised to address all concerns in the near future. There are rumors that users might be able to share in ad revenues for popular videos, but nothing's official at this time. Did you camp out in front of an EB Games or a GameStop this morning? If you want a PS3, you should have. This morning, stores accepted pre-orders for the console in very limited quantities. Only 8 to 16 systems are available per store, and a $100 deposit was required. There are no guarantees that you will even get the system at launch. Undoubtedly, some of these systems will end up on eBay for 3 times their price. After much speculation, the final track list for Guitar Hero 2 has been released. IGN has listed 40 songs that will be available in the game. But don't worry, there's also 24 secret songs that you'll have to unlock. So far, there's some licks by the Rolling Stones, Rage Against the Machine, and Kiss. Freebird made the cut, but sorry guys, as of right now, no AC/DC, no Pink Floyd, and no Led Zeppelin. Guitar Hero 2 for the PS2 drops on November 7th. Well, that's all for today. Be sure to check out g4tv.com/thefeed for the stuff I didn't have time to get to. Now you've just been fed. Back to you, Kevin and Olivia.
Thanks, Layla, but this is Zach.
Don't you ever call me Kevin Kaylee.
Zach.
Huh?
Zach. Hey, Zach.
Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
Zach wanted to talk to the people about today's hot button topics like GooTube and the PS3. So, like any good investigative reporter, he hit the streets.
Olivia, I'm a man of the people. And what better way is there to gauge real reactions from people than to shove a camera and microphone in their face, huh? So that's what I did. Roll the tape. Hey, it's Zach here, getting the word on the street about all the topics that you guys care about. Let's go to work, baby.
I go to YouTube a lot. You go to YouTube?
Yeah, all the time.
What's some of the stuff you watch on YouTube? Some of those funny videos.
People falling flat on their face.
Are you willing to pay for YouTube?
No, man. College students, no. We don't like to pay for stuff.
I want to know where you're going to go from now on for your pirated internet video.
I predict that in the future I will not be watching YouTube.
I think we should just start our own website. We should call it like...
YouTube.
What?
Now you play video games?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Xbox 360 all the way.
It's getting pretty ridiculous how expensive these things are. Like, the PS3 is like, what, 600 or something?
I think they're making a big mistake. I mean, you're getting more technology, you're getting more stuff in it, but it's an unproven technology.
This is pretty crazy. I don't know if I can dish that out, but maybe my roommates and I, you know, sell some anime porn.
Sell some, yeah.
They're playing the video games pretty hardcore. I'll call them up, be like, hey, want to go to dinner? Not until I finish this game.
What are we looking at? Hell if I know.
Kind of obnoxious. My boyfriend right now, he just plays Madden 07 on his stupid headset and talks to people from Akron, Ohio. Pretty ridiculous to get absorbed in some alternative reality like that. Just live, it's free.
Where are you going to go party tonight?
Probably Margarita Mondays.
Nice. Where's that? Like El Torito or something?
Acapulco, right there.
Margarita Mondays it is. Let's go. Yeah, I actually slept in a sorority house for a week doing that story. You know, I wanted to fully integrate myself into the environment I was reporting on, and after being on the streets for a few days, I now have a nasty crack habit.
Oh, well, Zach, you might want to go get that cleaned up. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, let's not make this difficult. You guys, you stay on the couch. You know, I don't hurt you. We have lots more ahead on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. Zach's going to get help. Zach, you're going to get help?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Chris Gore brings out the big guns on DV Tuesday.
Say hello to my little friend.
And it's Slim, Smart, and Surfs. Will's your hardware wingman.
Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. We are live and ready to get all comfy in front of the DVD player. Now, right now I want to go over to a man I like to call Mr. Feely Hands, and it could be either Kevin or Chris Gore.
I was just stretching. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. See you after the show. Pull up a beanbag and kick off the sneakers. We're about to fill you in on the newest DVDs out there. Folks, it's DV Tuesday. You actually scratch the intro music. That's pretty good. Do you jog to that in the mornings? You do, don't you?
Not at all.
Come
not
on,
in my workout.
You live for this segment.
I do, actually. I do. I love it every week.
Welcome back, Chris. Let's start things off right away. Scarface Platinum Edition, the Joan Rivers tale.
Well, no, not Joan Rivers.
Oh,
this is the story of Tony Montana. You know, crime. Drug lord
Best
from
quarterback
Miami.
of our time.
Well, actually, what's so funny you say that is Oliver Stone named the character after Joe Montana.
See, I know my DVD trivia.
He's a big 49ers fan. So, look, this edition has lots of behind the scenes, tons of cool stuff. It does not have commentary, unfortunately, which kind of bugs me. But if you've never seen this film, I mean, there's a lot of there's 20 minutes of deleted scenes, which is actually kind of innocuous stuff.
But how do you not get Al Pacino $1.50 and some Pop Rocks? I mean, he's hurting for work. He'll do the VO, right?
Well,
Don't want to give you a little commentary?
Even though there isn't commentary, there are a lot of behind-the-scenes features.
Okay.
I mean, enough where you feel as if you've gotten what you would have gotten out of a commentary.
Wow.
Actually, the coolest feature of this Platinum Edition is the fact that I think we have a still of it. You can actually see the bullets,
oh, nice.
and then the number of F-bombs. In fact, at the end, it's like 223. And then 2,049 bullets are shot in the whole movie.
So that's
and
like
it counts as he's swearing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
The count goes up, which is cool. So you throw that feature on while you're watching the movie.
Very cool. All right. So there are some. That's an interesting special, at least. It does make up for commentary, I think. What's your bottom line on this?
Bottom line is you gotta own it. I mean,
really?
Scarface is just a classic film. I mean, it's actually I haven't seen it in years. Seeing it now, it is really intensely violent. It really holds up.
It's really good. Really good. Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Thank You for Smoking, a flick that I saw in the theaters ages ago. I really enjoyed it, but I'm curious what you think of the DVD here.
Well, it's funny now because all the stuff with Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes is kind of played out in the media, you know, and she's in the film as the love interest, which makes you look at the film differently. But what's interesting about this film, Aaron Eckhart's character is an advocate in Washington for the tobacco industry, and it really ends up being about his relationship with his son and how can he do this job while balancing his relationship with his son.
Do as I say, not as I do, but it doesn't really work in practice.
But what's cool is he's so charismatic. You end up there's a kid. He's on this talk show. There's a kid who has cancer, presumably from secondhand smoke, and you actually feel sorry for the tobacco industry. That's how good he is at spinning it. And you meet this group of people he hangs out with called the Merchants of Death, which are these are a lot of fun for the gun industry.
The gun industry and what is it, alcohol,
and
right?
the alcohol, guns and alcohol.
I mean, I think in this day and age, it's kind of good that people are kind of getting aware of this spin that goes on every single day in their lives. But what about the special features?
Well, the thing is, first of all, it's a great comedy. Two commentaries that are fantastic,
awesome,
on it, including with the actors, and then a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. I mean, I was really impressed with the amount that they put together in this. And what a lot of people don't know, this was an independent film. This wasn't some big studio movie. I mean, they got a great cast together. I mean, amazing cast.
Well, I think that's a testament to how strong the script was, really. I mean, people wanted to be a part of this film. But
absolutely.
So solid film, good special features. I know your verdict, though, and I'm a little concerned. Tell the folks, Chris.
The verdict is this is a rank because it's not one of those films that you would watch over and over again to have in your collection.
Ish, don't think so.
Okay, well,
completely.
You know.
Really? You wouldn't watch it more than once?
Well, the thing is, I watched all the special features, I watched the movie, and that's it. That's it for me on that film.
All right, fair enough. Last movie, we have A Nightmare on Elm Street. What do you have?
This is the Wes Craven classic, and it's a lot of people, you may have seen this brand before called Infinifilm, where they take these classic movies, and what they'll do is they'll throw up these pop-ups which lead you into other parts of it. So not only is there commentary, but you can see alternate takes on scenes within it.
It's a classic film. Is it worth picking up for that?
Classic film, double disc, worth picking up. It's definitely a buy.
I'm reaching down.
Definitely a buy on Nightmare for
Chris, I'm giving you a little homework. This is the finest that we found at the DVD rack at our Chevron. This is like a direct-to-DVDs.
These are all the crappy direct-to-DVDs.
I want you to check them out over the week. You think you can come back maybe Tuesday, do a little direct-to-DVD Tuesday for us?
Save The Last Dance, too. You're really making me watch this.
Yeah, I am, actually. And the special features. And you know you're going to cry. You know you're going to cry into your popcorn and milk duds, so don't even laugh.
I'd rather have Olivia kick me in the balls than watch this.
There we go. On cue. Here we go.
Here we go.
Thanks, Chris. Visit filmthreat.com or chrisgore.com for more ball-busting goodies. But right now, let's go over to our very own ball breaker, Olivia, who's yet to show me her Easter eggs. Kick her back, Chris. Okay. Get her in the jump.
Still ahead, Will O'Neill gives you the skinny on a new smartphone and AOTS hardware. Now, you can, if you wanted to, you could, but you couldn't kill me if you tried. We'll check out the goods when we come back. Go ahead, Chris Gore. Try to kill me. I hate you! Welcome back to Attack of the Show. We are live from the G4 studios here in Los Angeles. Everyone's laughing about Will's funny head. Okay, but you know, before we get to Will, here's a tip for you ladies. When a guy asks you out, if he says he founded YouTube, go on the date. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. You did. That was so disturbing. When we need the dirt on the latest gadgets, we go to one guy, tech guru and Mars Attack stunt double, apparently, Will O'Neill. Let's check out some AOTS hardware. Woo. Sir William.
How's it going, Kevin?
It looked great, by the way.
Yeah.
What do you have for us today? What do you got there, buddy?
The Q-Tech 8500 smartphone, also known as the Singular 3125. It's very sexy, yes.
I've actually, you know, I fancy myself a bit of a cell phone aficionado, and Q-Tech does not ring a bell. Taiwanese company?
It's a Taiwanese company, yeah.
Okay, and I mean, the cell phone's going to work here, obviously. You said there was a Singular version.
It's just a straight-up GSM phone. This one here is unlocked, but you know, Singular also has one as well.
Nice.
But it's GSM, so if you're on T-Mobile or Singular, you're good to go.
Well, what's under the hood of this thing? What are we talking tech specs-wise?
It's got great stuff. It has a 1.3 megapixel camera, Bluetooth, of course,
nice.
micro SD slot, tons of great stuff. Music player, dedicated controls in the front. It's very sexy.
Well, I mean, that sounds sort of standard for most phones now. I mean, unfortunately, 1.3 megapixel camera, though, really, for a new phone?
That's true, and there's no flash, but you know.
Come on, when do you want to take a cell phone picture where it's not like a CD bar or an upskirt on an escalator?
Exactly.
You need flash for these things.
when you're in bed with
I've been told.
whomever you go to bed with.
But it's a smartphone.
Yes, it is.
So what's so intelligent about this thing? What kind of OS is this thing?
Well, this thing's actually running Windows Mobile 5.
Oh,
Very
nice.
good operating system. I love it because it actually syncs with Exchange really well. So I can sync with my Exchange server here, and all those meetings that you keep making me go to that are kind of meaningless. I can do all that stuff.
Well, as
I
long
can
as
read email.
if you feign productivity, that's all we need from you. Will. That's it. No, I mean, but does it sync well? Because I know previous iterations of Windows Mobile did not play nice with Outlook and.
Now, the first version of Windows Mobile 5, I had some problems syncing with my with Outlook. The active sync, and it would sort of drop the connection. But they've actually done some work with this version, and it works a lot better. Actually, I mean, you would think that since it is running Microsoft's operating system, using MS software to connect to an MS desktop, that it would be flawless. But finally, it's
we just
working.
saw 400 to 500 for the unlocked version. How much
Yes.
for like a branded singular version?
Now, the singular version of 3125 you can get for like $200 with a service agreement.
All right, so this is for smartphone guys who don't necessarily need a full keyboard.
You don't want a full keyboard, but you want a smartphone that lets you surf the internet, check all your email, do things like that. Yes.
Plus, I don't know if you told them about this feature right here. You hear that noise?
Moving on.
Can't make that noise with a razor, can you? Will?
No, you can't actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Awkward.
For sexy pics of the gear you just saw and a list of its turn-ons and turn-offs, go to g4tv.com/AOTS. Come on, play the high-tech washboard.
You're such a child, Kevin. Stop it. Okay, you guys, still coming up. We've got dames, private dicks, and dead bodies. It's a look at LA Noire, the 40s crime game, coming to you from Rockstar. All that and more on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show, this is what you're missing. For more info, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Hey, welcome back to Attack of the Show. We are live, and I'm a bit disappointed. I just ate a flower, and despite what I heard and what I've played, I cannot throw fireballs.
Sad. You can still ride flagpoles, though. Coming up tomorrow, my past could actually come back to haunt me. It's the MySpace Girl of the Week.
It's my favorite time. I'm just waiting for one of them to pop up. You don't even know it. I'm like,
That's how I feel about my herps. I'm like, come on, let's get it over with.
Everyone will be checking out my rack tomorrow, and I'll tell you guys what the best mags to have when you're stuck in a waiting room. And Thursday, Jamie Kennedy is going to drop by. You can probably bet on some kind of Xing.
Yes. Finally, we've got the trailer for LA Noire, the new game by Rockstar, and this time they're kicking it old school.
This is a crime story that takes place in the 40s in Los Angeles. You can solve murders, beat up hoods, and listen to some jazz. Let's have a look.
That's him. Get him.
Hey, what are you... Hey, someone stop that guy. What the... This guy thinks he's at the Speedway.
He died. Now for all the things you saw and more, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.